Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us at the Wipro booth in Hall 2 at Mobile World Congress 2026. At Wipro, we are AI first and consulting led, and we operate at the intersection of engineering, connectivity, and intelligent experiences. I'm delighted to have with me Neeraj Sahejpal. Neeraj, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Namrata. Thanks for the invite.
Neeraj, before we start the conversation, tell us something about yourself.
I manage the hearable business, which is voice and music, and the multi-device experience.
So that segues into my first question for this afternoon. What is physical AI?
Physical AI is related to the sensors, how different information of sensors can be used for context decision. What I am focused on is something called personal AI, which is all kind of variables that is basically can provide lot more context information about what you're doing. For example, you carry your phone all the time, but how about your hearable devices like earbuds or watch can start talking to each other and try to give a better picture of your health? Because today we are only getting information from watch or maybe phone in some scenarios, but once you start to combine all these information put together, you'll actually get a better context of what a human body should be doing, and that's very, very important. So personal AI is going to be a very important field.
So basically, personal AI, the way I understand it, is moving wearables and hearables as accessories and actually moving them to or considering them as always on connected devices for us as consumers.
And which is very, very important, right? I think the challenge has always been that if you wanted to have your watch or your earbuds or glasses or different kind of active pendant kind of devices which are coming, can you extend them for a longer use? Can you connect them with the multiple kind of connectivity solution? Can you actually run smaller models on these devices, which was not there?
Absolutely. And, one of the other limitations on these devices was the limitation of Bluetooth as a technology. So, why and how are you seeing the response to that in the market?
So we all started with connectivity solution, right? Long time back, Bluetooth was always considered as a personal technology, and wireless was considered as a LAN technology, and then the cellular as a WAN technology. I think it started to now merge. Bluetooth had the limitation of range. Wi-Fi can provide you that range, but the challenge with Wi-Fi was always that okay, whenever I hear Wi-Fi, my battery consumption would increase. The innovation that we have done over last 2 years is actually having a micro power Wi-Fi solution that has the similar kind of a power consumption profile as a Bluetooth. What does it mean? That if I go out of Bluetooth range, I can actually enter into a Wi-Fi range. And then Wi-Fi will allow you to move from one access point to access point. So just think about it. You start your listening to music or a call from your laptop or your phone. You walk away, and then it connects to Wi-Fi. Same kind of experience is on Wi-Fi. You move from access point to access point. The by theoretically that the range is infinite now. So the use cases are whole home coverage in the home. Enterprise is a very good use case for micropower Wi-Fi, and I think we are very excited about that.
And I think this plays very clearly into the next frontier, right? Directly connected to the cloud for these wearables and hearables.
Yeah. So if you think from a perspective of what are the options when you connect with Wi-Fi, other than the range, the one of the key aspect of that is the IP address, which is not possible in the Bluetooth. Once you get the IP address on Wi-Fi, now you're connected to the cloud. So just think about this. You want to hear Spotify directly to your earbuds, you can do that today using direct to cloud. All these cloud-based solutions coming, you do not need to rely on a phone connection. You can directly connect to earbuds or the headsets or watch even. And what that means is that you are running a model on the watch or XR glasses, and then if you have to update that model, you can do that directly. So this very interesting applications are coming, and I feel very blessed that I'm at the forefront of watching these applications.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't have to worry about carrying my phone when I go for a walk, and can directly listen from the cloud, why not?
Phone will always be there. But what we are seeing is the world is moving from phone centric to application centric view.
Got it. Got it. And so, as you're moving forward in this journey, and this is a very interesting roadmap that you're leading, how do you see partners enabling you in getting to that end goal?
I think if you think about the abstraction level is increasing. A few years back, I started my life as a chip designer. We were thinking about what a chip can do at a micro level. But now what we are thinking about, the chip itself is a full computer. The full automation is happening on these devices. A lot of edge-based models will be running. We won't be able to realize this without our partners. I think we have clearly agreed as a company that we need the whole ecosystem of partners to enable us. So there will be set of partners who will provide different kind of a form factor and different kind of a design. And then these are different AI models are coming, which will be very targeted toward these devices, because these are the models which are not running on the bigger data centers. These have to be targeted towards smaller devices, which are battery conscious, as well as the whatever the memory is available on them. So all of these things, I believe, a lot of partners will enable. And the other is the use cases. Just think about what we are talking about. The abstraction is very, very higher. And I think we need to kind of be talking about how different partners can enable that.
Yeah, and Neeraj, our teams have recently started working together on some very cool technologies around this whole space to bring some of these wearables to the market. So I know we're super excited to talk more about it. Maybe at the next MWC, we'll be able to share some more details. So I'd like to end today's fireside chat with a question. So wearables become highly personal and adaptive. So, if connectivity and artificial intelligence are the key foundations of building that, where is the future?
So actually, we talked about the future this morning. We launched our Elite Wear platform this morning, and you could see that chip what it's doing. It has 6 connectivity solutions. We are just not limited to Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. We are bringing NB, NT, and other technologies. So there will be multiple ways to connect these devices. Um, I, I personally feel AI is nothing but personalization. If you start to think about what AI really do for you, it's all the personalization. And once you think about a human being, there's so much data that we can capture and make a context decision on it. For example, your earbud can actually listen to your ear canal and figure out what your heartbeat and other issues are. Talk to your watch. Watch has your heart rate. Also, make a context awareness. Look into your glasses where the processing may be higher, and make a decision whether something is going to happen. So I think these level of information can only be done if multiple platforms are coming into the wearable, and you're wearing them and you're making more those of the personal decision that you would like to see.
So, basically, coming a full circle with personal AI, and which is what we started our conversation with today. So, again, I'd love to, hear any parting thoughts for our audience before we wrap this up.
I think personal AI is coming. We always talked about cloud-based models. What we are really looking for is a smaller model that can run on these platforms and can actually provide a lot more context information about the human body that can be leveraged for our health tomorrow or any kind of other decision.
So, thank you, Neeraj, for stopping by, sharing your thoughts. I'm sure everybody learned something new, and we will be watching you succeed.
Of course, we will.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.